prosecute SA3. I believe the SA3 is on which airbase? King Noon. Okay. King Noon, just stand by. Give us a second to try to kill it. If not,
alright guys, hopefully the stream's back up and running.
We have a 2-ship for Panther 1, so it's a hit or miss if we're gonna kill it. But either way, we're gonna kill it or we're gonna wild boost for you. So we'll call door open for that. If we do kill it, if not, we'll call door open but whistle. That's us going in, dodging it, and trying to gun run it. All right. Air threats. As before, scramblers 23s, scramblers 21s, possible 29s to the north. That's about it. Commit ranges on 29s. Set them up at 40, 23s, 30, 21s, 20. Everything else 10. Sequence of events. Make sure the escorts take off. Clear the way. Escorts, your discretion for retrograde south. If we run into an enemy package, it's completely up to you. Which escort is going to the west? Is that
that'd be
Neboja, right?
Yep.
Okay, Neboja, you might run the MiG-29 to the west, but I'll leave that up to you. If you have to call retrograde for the west, you're going to be connected with Cowboy 1. You control Cowboy 1 and their movement. Lobo 1, you control Fury 1 and their movement. If they have to retrograde, you're completely in control of them.
Roger.
And then Panther 1 will be control of the actual strike on the airbase on the SA3. So we'll call door. That's about for the air threats and the sequence of events. And how we're going to handle getting on the way there to the target. Method of attack, we'll leave it up to the flight leads. How
the hell did my pins go?
Up to you. Just know about the ground threats, the manpad threats, and the possible air threats. Supporting your craft, typical AWACS. I think we have a J-star up. Not really needed. But yeah, we do have an AWACS up, so you guys can go for picture calls, flight leads. Communication. This will be standard, top to bottom, sort of a Beast 1 into a Panther 1. Attacking standard. And that's it. Questions from flight leaders? Alright, let's do it. Let's split up into channels. Flight 1 through flight 6.
Just real quick for Cowboy 1
yeah.
lead. What's your IP? 3, right?
Well, 4 is our IP technically. But I'm alone in this flight. That's not good. I need somebody else in cover.
Yeah, I'm trying to join you as number 2. It's saying unassigned and clicking it, but it's not moving me to the slot.
Try reconnecting. That happens sometimes.
Okay, I'll reconnect.
Also, I think it was White Boy that was in that slot. He may have to come back into it and then go back out of it.
So Ghost Dog here, I've slotted as Beast 1-2 unless there are objections.
No, that's good.
Cool.
Right.
Try reconnecting styles. If that doesn't work, I'll tell.
Alright.
Hey! Just the two of us, is it?
Yeah.
No one else crazy or stupid enough to try Varking it out. That's fine.
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah. So what's your plan? Are you giving us LGBs or are we just carpet bombing 2 areas?
Both.
I forgot how many things these can carry.
Yeah, so we've got 12 Mark 82 the low drags. That'll be for carpet bombing the radar site.
Right on.
1 pass carpet bomb. We'll do DDA, and we'll reserve one of our GBUs for any major targets that are still up on the radar site.
Any follow up, right?
If we have to.
Right on, right on.
We'll go to Yongwall Power Plant, and there's only 2 targets: a coal plant and like a processing plant and like an office building.
Yep. It looks like a transformer or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can take that out.
Yeah, right on. Fair enough.
Okay, your laser code is 1612. I'm 1611.
Has this been preset in the loadout? Because if so, I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, it has been preset.
Okay, I'll not go into the loadout then. I'll just take your word for it. Because we know how much fun that can have.
Yeah, so I'm going to change our IP. We're not going to attack the radar site from the south. We're going to attack it from the east.
Right on.
And
Just be aware you're going over a town there, so you might have manpads and stuff to deal with then.
What's that?
If you're coming in from the east of the radar site, there's a town and an army depot there and an airfield, so there might be man pads and shit up there.
Oh, we're gonna be 25,000 feet up.
Oh, right. Fair enough then. I retract my silly suggestion. Right
But,
on.
For VIP, it will be just to the northwest of that town. I think it's Cho.
Yeah. Just the town, just northwest of the town at the army depot. Is that what you're going to use as your reference point for coming in?
Yeah, right on the coast.
Right on.
So we'll turn in. We'll do exactly the same game plan that we did for the Port of Seoul. I'll take the north end of the radar complex. You take the south end.
Yep, can do that.
Okay, so yeah, you need to hit the depot, and I need to hit the main radar site and some of those little sites.
Yeah, I mean, if
We'll disregard the helicopter pads.
yeah, I don't think they'll be a factor anyway. So you want me to really just focus everything on the depot then, right?
Well, there's a radio tower.
Oh, right. Just in front of it. So well, I'll tell you what then, I will start my Steer 5 on the radio tower, and I figure if I'm doing a carpet bomb, I can run it starting at the radio tower and going along into the depot.
Like, I'm estimating that the width, the lengthwise, is about 1,000 feet.
Yeah. So 12 sticks of bombs. We'll do them in pairs because the radio tower is a small target, and I will drop them 200 feet apart. That gives you a bit of an overlap. That gives you an 1,100 foot, so that gives you some room for error.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. I'm gonna keep mine really tight.
Okay.
I think I've probably got 500 feet of area.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna do pairs 100 feet.
Oh right, yeah, because we've got 12 of them. So yeah, I'll actually do that. I'll do the same then, because that's 1,200 feet of doom. That should do the job.
Yeah, and just set your initial target point on that radio tower, and then just we'll do what carpet bombers do.
So pairs by 100 feet for 12. Well, 6 pairs. You know what I mean?
Wait, mine's 100 feet.
6 pairs by 100 feet. I think I'll do the same because you're both covering a very similar area.
No, you're covering a wider area.
Oh, you want?
I would do at least 150 for yours, if not 200.
I'll make mine 200
I would
then.
do 150 for yours. That's
Yeah, fair enough. It's pitch black, so yeah, we'll be double bombing visually, and it's the top of a mountain, so it should be actually pretty prominent for us actually, even in the dark.
And yeah, I'm hoping that the splash damage from your bomb can hit that little radar building just to the south of the main radar site.
Well, if not, like you said, you've got a couple of GBUs you can blink at us.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just use one of the GBUs each max on this radar site, so we can still get our secondary site.
Deal.
Okay, so that's that. And let's go down to our Youngwall power plant.
Yep, bringing it up now. Okay, Youngwall power plant. So all I see is 2 items: the coal processor and the transformer.
Yeah, so we'll double tap if we have 2 bombs, the coal processor, and
Right.
single tap the transformer.
Yeah, the structure itself is just the entire area is the center of the pickle barrel from that column, that diagonally placed building, all the way to the smokestack and stuff. So technically speaking, you should be aiming for the center for a hit, but partly for immersion purposes and partly because it'll be easier to see on the targeting pod, I'd propose we both we double tap. You double tap on the main complex in the smokestack, and I'll drop on the small building
Okay.
to the northeast, and then that should spread the area out pretty well. And then whatever we've got left, we can pop onto the transformer in the corner. And it'll be pretty easy to spot them.
I'll double tap on the coal processor, get the transformer down to the south.
Oh right, okay. So I'll set my steer point directly over steer 6, and that should make it much easier for me to find. Right, that's me done mine.
Okay. And yeah, it doesn't matter since there's only 2 targets and we're focused on one. Doesn't matter the attack angle we come in.
No.
So our VIP will be that large river just north of Jinbu.
Visual.
Yeah, so that should get us visual lineup.
Are you meaning, so you're coming in from the west effectively this time?
From the north. Nope, from the north. Like, see where the river starts? Like, it's
Oh, right.
narrow.
Okay, so just at the start of the stream, just below the number 9.
Yep, exactly.
Right on. I got that. I'll mark that as a pre-planned steer point threat for IP2.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Make your IPs work for. Make your pre-planned threats work for you, man. They will save your ass.
That actually is IP, right?
Yeah, you can set one as IP1, IP2. I might actually just set my steer point threat just for my SA, because what will happen is when you look at in the HSD, it'll just say IP1 and IP2. So I'll put IP1 directly over steer 4. There you go. Now what you can do is you can set the HSD as sensor of interest and just select initial point 2. You'll fly right over to it. It is honestly just don't work hard, work smart.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll do our standard takeoff. We'll send the AI home.
Sounds good.
We're going to try and get to. We'll burn up to Angels. I don't know, 30.
Yep.
We'll cruise to steer 3. If the area looks clean, we'll progress in. If it doesn't, we'll anchor at steer 3, or as the situation dictates. We'll go IP at steer 4. We'll do our tack run. I'm the northern section of the complex. Pardon me, you're the southern section. We're going to drop our bombs. We'll orbit to the south and southeast. So left-hand orbit. We'll do VDA when the smoke clears.
Sounds good.
If there's anything still up, we'll zap it with our LGBs. Just a single. Yeah, actually, I'll make that call right now. If there's anything still up that's worth hitting, you'll be targeting it with just one LGB. That's all we'll spend on it.
Okay.
That way we have ample munitions for taking out guaranteeing the power plant is down. So
Sounds good.
Once we're done there, we'll progress south. We'll probably drop down to about Angels 25, and I'll hit the plant. And you'll hit the transformer. I'll double tap the plant. You'll single tap the transformer. When the last bomb is off the rails and we're both clean, that's when we'll call Miller time and we'll RTB.
Okay, cool. Contingencies. If your bombs on your co-processor aren't sufficient to knock out the plant, do you want me to divert to your target, or do you want me just to continue with the transformer? Do you want me to follow up? Do you want me to continue with mine? Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
I just figured.
You're probably going to only have one bomb.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, I am honestly planning for the idea that I'll be able to knock everything out on one pass with the EWR site. So I'm pretty. That should be fairly simple as long as we can get weapons on target.
Yeah, and come in at the right angle.
Yeah. Are you wanting to fly in from Steer 3 as well, or are you going to move Steer 3 further coastwards as well?
I don't want to deviate the flight plan too much.
That's fine.
I think everything is kind of structured around it.
Yeah. I mean, if you feel like it's viable, we can just make direct from Steer 2 direct to Steer 4 if you prefer. We'll just play we'll just play what we have to do. It's not so much for fuel economy. It's just that you'll be flying pretty close to the power plant, which could end up putting anything there on high alert for when we're coming back to hit it.
Well, I like Steer 3, to tell you the truth, because it keeps us away from all the AAA.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Fair enough. Yeah, there's also an SA3 that I'm going to mark. Yeah, I'll mark that down. We shouldn't be flying anywhere near it, but then that reminds me why we're following the flight plan.
Yeah, it keeps us honest.
Yeah. It shouldn't be a factor, but there's also a HQ battalion further to the south, just in case you end up like taking a wide angle around for Steer 2, or if we have to hold somewhere or something. That's got like that's got ZU-23s and all sorts of nasty shit in there.
South of what?
just to the northwest, to the northeast of Steer 2. And further south down the coast from the SA3. It's
Oh,
way down there. We're not planning on flying anywhere near there. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest threats I think are scramblers from the air bases to the southeast, enemy air from the north and west, and unknown AAA that's in that town of Sokcho.
Right on.
Sokcho's down, right? Or it's not even active?
The airbase, the SA3's garden.
No. There's like an air base just to the south of Sokcho.
Oh, right. Yes. Let me have a peek. Let me have a peek. Where the hell is Sokcho again?
Yeah, MiG-19.
Ha! No factor. Well, there'll be a
Well,
they can be a problem for us, but we can just turn the burners on and run. It's not a problem. They're never going to get to Mach 2 unless they accelerate and dive at the speed of light. It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, so we'll stay kind of high. If they do scramble, they'll have a tough time climbing up to us, and then we'll just get the hell out of Dodge. We won't have any radar, we won't get any radar spikes, so we gotta just kind of keep our eyes out of the cockpit.
Well, that's my job. I'm the wingman. I'll handle that.
Okay, anything else?
I can't think of anything at this point in time, but you know me. If I figure something out, I'll point it out to you and probably not be a factor.
Okay, so I'm 11 X-ray, you're 74 X-ray. And we're good. Do you want me to drag you up?
Yes, please.
Red arrows.
That's Blue Angel.
That's the Blue Angel. Yeah.
Okay. I
Red
came
arrows
in
to the
mid
middle.
mission. Hey,
More
hey Gus, can you
power.
save the mission please for you?
Yeah.
Good. We changed some stuff.
Leveling? No.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
Forgot that
Like
one.
7-Eleven was a
What's
part-time
up?
job.
So since I'm gonna be seed, I'm gonna be going Inui for
Time driver, I'll be playing flipping
on
BMS
I'm not gonna probably
4.33.
use comms, I'm not gonna be able to control you
This is my
guys.
weekly flight
So
night.
This is gonna be completely up to escort.
From about 7 o'clock onwards, I fly with these guys at United Operations Air Force, or UOAF as it's known.
Once the SA3 is dead, Panther 1 will act as reserve force.
Gussy's taking delegating seriously.
Yeah, pretty
Too
much, yeah.
easy.
I'm not gonna be able to control it at all. Alright. Any questions at all from anyone?
Yeah, this is Beast 1. We're hitting the radar site. Sokcho has MiG-19s, and we don't have any escort.
We can deal with those clowns.
I'm pretty sure you could do
If you want to, you can wait for the escorts to get in position and they can support you.
Nah, we just want to see some fireworks.
Don't worry about it. I can kill those turds.
Okay. No, just yeah. We can't really defend ourselves.
I'm pretty sure the F-111 is faster backwards than the MiG-19.
Okay.
Okay,
Right,
so
well,
yeah, they're not threat. If you do find if you are under threat, you call the escorts in. Call your bulls. Let them.
Just
Yep.
slam the burner, you'll be fine.
Yeah, or that. Yeah.
I got your back, fam.
All right.
That's the quickest briefing
Let's
we've ever had.
do IBC checks, top to bottom.
I'm not able to right now. I'm having a joystick problem. I will do my IVC in just in a moment once I'm reconnected.
Wait, you're only on one ship? You're one ship? Is that true?
No,
They're-
two
they're
ships.
two
Ghost
ships.
Dog's just
No.
getting.
User in your channel timed out.
I believe Falcon is number 5 in the order. Where's Cowboy at?
Cowboy just
User
went.
joined your channel.
Okay. Fury.
I ended up 34. Love it.
Okay, that's it. This side.
I just want to